So this is after the 16th service, just coming out from the service center and right in the middle of the traffic on Hosa Road, or anyways Hosu Road. So the only highlight for this service was the chain and the sprocket. They were changed. The choke cable was changed. These are all like part of the routine actually. Not the choke cable, but the chain and the sprocket. And of course the brake pedal also needed an overhaul. Apart from that, they say usually in around 20,000 kilometers you must also change the tires. Let's look at what the Odo is, maybe 17,900 something, or 600. 17,667. So anyways, part of the 18,000 kilometer or something like that is this chain sprocket, and then 20,000 they say is the tire. But again, the tire also depends on the usage. If you are in more like a rural, bumpy off-roading conditions, then you have to look at the tread of the tire, and then depending on that you can decide whether or not it needs a change right away. Or I just remembered that there's also this front fork oil which has also been changed along with the O-rings. Sometimes, although the O-ring doesn't cost too much, people try to tend to save the money there by saying that just reuse the old O-rings. Well, don't do that, because the O-rings are meant to survive a certain span of life. So as they become older, the color remains more or less the same. The color remains dark black, but the O-ring also changes in terms of the hardness. So what the rubber O-ring should be like, soft. The harder it becomes, the older it is. Also it depends on this heat and the weather conditions, which can actually change the duration when or not. And the thing is, if this O-ring fails, then all the oil which is if this O-ring fails, all the oil which is here, which is sort of absorbing, this is the suspension, so this O-ring fails means you'll see oil coming out from here, and then not only you'll have to top up the oil, but you also need to change the O-ring eventually. So whenever some O-ring like this, from a place like this or wherever, when it is removed for like a routine job, better it is to change the O-ring, because most probably while removing they must have cracked it, or maybe just some part must have not come out very easily. So never ever reuse the O-rings. Looks nice for me. Quite satisfied with the work as usual. And now, before the traffic becomes totally crazy, let's ride back home. So that was the 16th service, the first one after the standard 15. They come in the book. With every service you must get a slip or something. So now it's like the end of it. And also, to my surprise, he said, now onwards, no need to get it, every 45 days, 50 days. You can get the bike when you see that 2,000 kilometers is done, something like that. So that's really nice, because sometimes, although in 1.5 months, 2,000 should be a very, gettable number. But even though, it's nice for them to at least say this, that, you don't have to come every 45 days, come every 2,000 something, or you can also come, depends on when you want to change the oil in the engine. So that's quite nice. Anyways, as usual, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it back to the eco mode. This is every time eco mode, and I guess I cannot focus, but anyways, I'm going to change it back to the eco mode. And then second, I'm going to, by the time I reach home, somewhere in between, I'm going to stop over after maybe 2 or 3 kilometers, and I'm going to readjust the idling RPM, because every time it's the same. They sort of try to fiddle with it, but I'll mention about this in another video. So if you're looking for that, then you can just go back and listen, as in look for that video and listen. Sorry, maybe my holding the camera on the right spot is not very accurate in this video, because more or less I'm also looking around. if there's like it's a slight evening rush traffic. So even though I'm well away from the road, but there are like that, this guy is reversing now, and I have to watch out for the traffic. So anyways, bye for now.